Hey guys, what's up? This is XWolfX here coming at you with a deck profile. Now this deck is pretty scary and I would hate to run into these guys anywhere in public. Actually, they're really kind of silly. It is the Ojamas. This is a really fun deck. Now keep in mind, this won't be the most competitive, but it's really fun and it's really trolly. I played with a few of my friends and let's just say they kind of rage quit on me for it. But alrighty, let's get started. First off, you start out with the basic Ojama trio. You play 3 green, 3 yellow, and 3 black. Alrighty, I'm going to go through all the Ojama monsters first. 2 red, which what red does is he opens up the big OTK buster with the Ojama Hurricane, which I'll go over more in a little bit. But when you summon him, you can special summon as up to 4 Ojama monsters from your hand into attack position, as long as you have the open space. And then there's Ojama Blue, which Ojama Blue will be your best friend because when he is destroyed by battle, he searches 2 Ojama cards. It doesn't matter, like monster or spell card. So it allows him to really plus, and I'll go into more of the plays, but usually you'll grab Ojama Country and Ojama Magic and then get advantage from there. Alrighty, now the non-Ojama monsters. 2 Tragodia, because sometimes you'll get like a big hand, so it's like, oh hey look, I have a huge monster. Like I think I've had a Tragodia in this deck, like with over 5,000 attack. It was ridiculous. And that's just because of Ojama Magic, and I mean, it's a sad face because at the end of the turn, you'll eventually have to discard, but when you have all that, it's beautiful to see Tragodia over 5,000. 3 Junk Synchrons, because all the Ojamas are level 2 or lower, so it allows you to go into a level 5 Synchro pretty easily. And that's what he's in there for. 2 of Ponpoku, the Raccoon. I just like to call him the Raccoons. I really don't know him by name, and I apologize about that. He's 800 attack, 0 defense. When you summon him, you can special summon one of your Ojamas from your deck in face down defense position, so you'll summon him, get blue. It's just a quick way to get blue out of the deck. And then you'll play 2 Tantan, the Raccoon Rascal. Now, when he is flipped, he gets the same effect as the other Raccoon, where he special summons one, except it will be face up versus face down. So you'll once again get blue. So basically, he's just kind of the searcher of the deck, or floater, as you want to call him. So your opponent will swing, you flip him, you get your blue, and then they'll have to swing in a blue, and then you get your pluses. Alright, let's get started now for the spells. 2 Ojama Delta Hurricane. Now, if you have a face-up green, yellow, and black, you destroy all of your opponent's cards. It's just so trolly, because you're like, okay, you start setting up your plays, and you're like, okay, before I go for game, I'm going to be like Ojama Red. Ojama Red summons green, yellow, and black. Ojama Delta Hurricane, good game, because then you exceed into a bunch of stuff, which I'll go over the extra deck here in a little bit. 1 Regeki, because one of the best cards in the game. Why not play it? 1 Polymerization, just so you can get your Ojama Knight or Ojama King out. I was playing 2, but I usually see 2 as a cloggy draw. / I'd rather play Regeki over a second one. Now, if you guys don't like it, you could always replace it for one of the Raccoons or whatever you see fit. 2 Ojama Magic. Alright, for what you guys who don't know what this does, if this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, you can, you get to search up to 1 of each of the vanillas. So 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 black. The only bad thing is this can be a dead draw if you've already drawn out, like, and I've had this happen where I opened up 3 yellow, because then you can't search for yellow, so it's basically dead. But it's actually a really good kind of deck thinning engine. It's cute to do. 2 Creature Swap, because if you draw like a vanilla Ojama, or if you have Ojama Blue and your opponent has a really strong monster, you can be like, summon your Ojama, Creature Swap, thank you for your monster, swing over the Ojama, and because the Ojamas have 0 attack, unless you have the field spelled out, because that switches their attack and defense, I'll go into that a little bit later, you're like, ha, I just made you take however much damage. 1 Dark Hole, because it's Dark Hole, staple. 1 Terraforming to search out your Ojama Country field. And, I mean, you have 3 blue, but you really do want to get that field spell, and I'll explain what it does here in a bit. 3 Typhoon, just because this deck doesn't like to go up against back rows. I mean, you could play Royal Decree, but I like Typhoon better. 1 Super Poly, because it's one of the best cards in the game. you can discard your Ojama Magic too and get your search off of it. It's very beautiful. But it basically allows you to go into your Ojama Knight on your opponent's turn or your turn. Or if you really want to get competitive, you could have like a Shadow Fusion or whatever in the extra deck and troll your opponent. Or even a Hero Fusion and, you know, troll your opponent that way too. But not too many people are playing heroes, but I am super excited about the hero structure deck, which I'll talk about that late in a different video. And 3 Ojama countries. Now what this does is you can send 1 Ojama card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon 1 Ojama monster from your graveyard. And while you control Ojama, the attack and defense of all monsters are switched. So Ojamas have 1,000 attack at that point, and they can run over monsters, and it gets really funny and cute really quick. But the reason why this is beautiful is because you can be like, okay, ditch Ojama Magic to bring back my blue, and then because I ditched Ojama Magic, I just got 3 cards in hand. So technically a +2. No, it would be a +3. I mean, kind of a bad +3, but it's a +3 in general, so it's funny. And it really trolls out your opponent. So usually, like a quick play is they'll swing into your blue, you'll search Ojama Magic and Ojama Country. Hopefully they don't have anything to stop it. You'll be like, okay, Ojama Country, ditch Ojama Magic to get blue back, and then I search one of each, 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 black. Then when they destroy them again, you'll get red and Hurricane. Then you're like, okay, summon red, get out yellow, green, and black. I know I totally did that in opposite order. And then play Hurricane, and then you go, good game. But I have to go into the Exceeds to explain this to you, too. So 3 Ojama Kings, just because it's funny to have a 3,000 beater with Ojama Country out. He does have to be fused with green, yellow, and black. And he selects up to 3 of your opponent's monster zones, and they cannot use it, and it's just funny to use. Then you have 2 Ojama Knights, which just takes 2 Ojama monsters, and he only selects up to 2. So if you can get King and Ojama Knight out, you just lock your opponents down from summoning monsters. So sometimes it's kind of funny, especially in monster-heavy decks. 3 Frozen Fitzgerald, which, don't worry, I know I skipped Black Rose. I'll go over that in a second. He's just level 5 that you'll get with Junk Synchron. It's 1 Dark Tuner and 1 non-tuner Beast type, which all the Ojamas are Beast. And when he attacks, basically your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. And when he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, if you control no monsters, you can discard 1 card to special summon him from your graveyard and face up defense. So if you have Ojama Magic, you can be like, okay, Frozen Fitzgerald effect, ditch Ojama Magic, get my +3. It's just funny. And then you can go to Black Rose, which I've had situations where I needed to. You summon, Junk Synchron, special summon, whatever you get, and then use Ojama Magic, or if you already have another monster on board, then you go into your level 7. Alrighty, then there's 2 Daigusto Phoenix, which this is usually the big OTKer. He's a rank 2 that just requires 2 level 2 monsters. Once per turn, he can detach 1 material, and he can target 1 face-up win monster, so himself, and that monster can attack twice in the battle phase. So right there, between 2 of them is about 6,000. And usually you'll have another monster on board, like a Gachi Gachi or something, to get the extra part of the game. 2 Gachi Gachi, which he's just a generic level rank 2. If he would be destroyed, you can detach material to save himself. And while he has material, for each material he has, you add 200 attack and defense, so potentially 400 extra attack and defense. So you have him out with Daigusto Phoenix, and then you OTK that way. And then this is a cute card of the deck. He's rank 2 that requires 2 level 2 type beast monsters. Really cute. Okay, and what his gimmick is, once per turn you can detach a material and special summon a token. It's a level 1 token that's a beast. His attack is equal to the highest attack on the field, so if your Tragody is at like 5,000, you'll get a 5,000 token, and it's just so funny to have out. And then with Gachi Gachi, allows you to run over any monster. So you get him out in Gachi Gachi, and your opponent cries. And what's real funny is number 64 cannot be destroyed unless the beast monster is destroyed. Or if there's another beast monster on the field, he cannot be destroyed, whether by battle or card effect. And this deck is overall just really fun. I hope you guys try it out, and I hope you guys like this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you, and peace out.